The sky changed on a silent night. Stars began to move. At first the people believed it was magic. The old wizard in the mountain tower felt something different. He raised his ancient staff and watched the heavens. The stars were not stars. They were ships. Massive silver ships slowly appeared from the dark sky. Their light was cold and pale like distant moons. The wizard whispered, "They have finally arrived." Far below in the valley, a young warrior named Orin stood beside a river. He looked up as the night turned bright. The sky opened like a door. From the great ship's beams of white light fell to the ground. The earth trembled. Creatures walked out of the light. They were tall and thin. Their skin glowed faint blue. Their eyes were bright like small stars. They were not demons. They were not spirits. They were visitors from another world. But they did not come in peace. The first village burned before dawn. Strange weapons fired beams of light that melted stone and steel. Houses collapsed. Trees turned to ash. The people ran. But the visitors did not stop. Word spread across kingdoms and mountains. The sky had brought a new enemy. In the western forest lived Lyra. She was a keeper of ancient flame magic. She felt the fire of the world growing restless. When the sky ships arrived, her hands burned with power. She closed her eyes. The fire whispered a warning. The world was entering a war that had never happened before. Not human war. Not kingdom war. A war between worlds. Lyra gathered her cloak and began a long journey. Deep under the mountain halls, the dwarven warrior Borin sharpened his axe. His people had fought dragons and giants for centuries. But this threat was new. A scout entered the hall breathless. Metal giants have fallen from the sky. Borin laughed at first. Then the scout placed a broken alien weapon on the stone table. The metal hummed with strange energy. Borin stopped laughing. The dwarfs would fight again. Across the green plains a young messenger named Rowan rode through dust and smoke. He had seen the sky ships land. He had seen soldiers fall without touching their enemy. His task was simple. Find the wizard in the mountain tower. Warn him. Rowan rode for 2 days without sleep. When he finally reached the tower, the old wizard already knew. The wizard opened the ancient door. "You saw them?" Rowan nodded. "Yes." The wizard looked toward the sky. "The war of stars has come to our world." High above the mountains, another creature watched the alien ships. A dragon. Ancient and powerful. Its wings stretched across the sky like thunderclouds. Fire rolled deep in its chest. The dragon had slept for centuries. But the alien ships woke it. It did not understand their technology. It only understood one thing. Something had invaded its sky. The dragon roared. The mountains shook. Soon the heroes gathered. Orin the warrior. Lyra the flame mage. Borin the dwarven fighter. Rowan the messenger. And the old wizard who knew the secrets of ancient worlds. They stood together on a cliff that overlooked a burning valley. Alien machines moved across the land like metal beasts. Ships hovered above them. The wizard spoke slowly. "These beings travel between stars. Their knowledge is far beyond our own." Orin gripped his sword. "Then how do we stop them?" The wizard looked at the dragon circling far above. "With something they do not understand." The first battle began at sunrise. Alien soldiers marched across the valley in perfect formation. Their weapons glowed white. The human armies waited behind stone walls. Fear filled the air. Then the dragon attacked. A storm of fire exploded from the sky. Alien machines melted under the dragon flame. Ships fired beams upward, but the dragon moved like living thunder. The ground battle began. Orin charged forward with sword blazing in sunlight. Lyra raised her hand and summoned a storm of fire. Flames twisted through alien soldiers. Borin smashed metal armor with his mighty axe. Rowan carried messages through chaos so the armies could move as one. The wizard lifted his staff. Blue lightning struck the alien machines. For a moment it looked like the world could win. But the alien ships opened. New creatures appeared. Massive towering soldiers made of living metal. They were stronger than anything on Earth. The battle turned dark. Humans fell. Dwarfs fell. Fire faded. The dragon roared in pain as energy beams struck its wings. It crashed into a mountain slope. The valley burned again. Night came. The heroes gathered beside the wounded dragon. The wizard placed his hand on the dragon's scales. This creature is the key. Orin looked confused. The key to what? The wizard pointed to the sky. Those ships travel by bending space. Lyra understood first. You want to send the dragon through their portal. The wizard nodded. The dragon fire contains ancient energy. If it enters their gateway, the reaction will destroy the fleet. Borin grinned. So we fly into the sky and break their door. Rowan looked nervous. And how do we reach the sky? The dragon slowly opened one golden eye. The final plan was dangerous. But the world had no other hope. At dawn the dragon rose again. Its wings were wounded but still strong. The heroes climbed onto its back. Below them the last armies prepared for battle. Above them the alien ships glowed like frozen stars. The dragon leaped into the air. Wind roared across the mountains. Orin held his sword tight. Lyra gathered flame in her hands. The wizard whispered ancient words of power. They climbed higher. Alien ships noticed them. Fighters launched from the fleet. Beams of energy flashed through the clouds. The dragon twisted through the sky. Fire met alien light. Explosions burned in the air. One ship opened a massive circular portal. Space itself bent inside it. The gateway to their distant world. The wizard shouted, "Now!" The dragon dove straight toward the portal. Alien fighters chased them. Energy blasts struck the dragon's scales. But the dragon did not turn. Lyra unleashed a storm of fire behind them. Orin cut through mechanical attackers. Borin threw axes that shattered alien wings. Rowan held tight as the sky screamed around them. The portal grew larger. Inside it the darkness of space waited. The wizard raised his staff. "Dragon of ancient flame, release your power." The dragon roared louder than thunder. A river of fire exploded from its mouth. The fire struck the heart of the portal. Space shattered like glass. Light swallowed the sky. Alien ships lost control. Energy waves ripped across the fleet. One by one the ships exploded. Fire filled the heavens. Metal giants fell from the clouds. The portal collapsed. The war ended in a storm of stars. Silence returned to the sky. Ash drifted slowly through the air. The dragon glided back toward the mountains. Below them the armies watched the burning remains of the alien fleet fall like shooting stars. Orin looked across the horizon. The world had survived. Lyra closed her eyes and felt the fire calm again. Borin laughed with deep pride. Rowan smiled with relief. The wizard watched the sky carefully. Because he knew something the others did not. The universe was very large. And the stars were full of travelers. But tonight the world had proven something. Human courage, ancient magic, and dragon fire could stand against the power of the stars. The dragon landed softly on the mountain peak. Sunrise spread golden light across the land. The wizard spoke one final time. The sky will always hold mystery. Orin looked upward. But we will be ready. High above the clouds, a single faint light moved quietly among the distant stars. Watching. Waiting. Image to video prompts.